Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike here, Mike's Weather Page. It's Monday, the 17th of October. A little weather update for you here on YouTube. Hope you're doing well. The big story this week is cold front coming down. We got a big cold front making its way through the southeast right now today. It's going to bring the coldest air of the season. I'm going to show you all that here real quick, what we got coming. But let's talk about the tropics. Tropics still season. The season doesn't officially end until November 30th. So, yeah, we still got a couple more weeks to watch. Right now, there's nothing on the NHC map. This is the NHC 5-day outlook saying nothing expected at least the next few days. Good news, right? Here's a graph kind of showing you where we're at. This is about right there is where we're at today, October 17th. Still have, history says we can still get some storms into November. So we're not taking our eyes off of things. The water temperatures here on Bay News 9 still in the 83, 84 range across Caribbean. This is, still plenty warm. Usually tropical systems need about 80 degrees to try to get developed. So we're still well above that 80-degree mark. This ocean heat content map, still very deep hot waters in the Caribbean and around the Bahamas into the Gulf here. So this area is definitely, climatology says this is the area to watch. Waters are still hot. So luckily there's nothing showing, but there's still potential with the water temperatures that we can see something pop up. So, season's not officially over yet. Some of the past storms here, this is October 21st through the 31st. You can kind of see a generalization of where storms form. Very few have formed out here in the Atlantic. Most of the stuff's homegrown this time of year from cold fronts. But this is over the last 150 some years where storms have popped up. And here's one more graphic, just kind of showing you green, more activity than the blue. Most of these start in the Caribbean, and they generally, most of the time, they push off northeast because of approaching frontal lines. So what do we got now? Let's take a look at tropical tidbits. We do have a front coming down this week. That's the big story. We got a big, strong cold front. I'm going to show you here in a second. Sometimes these cold fronts can spin up little low pressure areas. And right now we're starting to see, consistency at least the last several days. That our front here comes through. Let's rewind it here. There's our big front. Blues are lower pressures indicating the frontal line. You can see the front coming through tomorrow and Wednesday. Little piece gets left behind and maybe tries to develop into a weak low pressure system. Really close to Florida, up into the southeast and the Carolinas. It's been really consistent. This would be the following weekend, the 21st, 22nd, maybe even the first part of the week next week. Even the latest Canadian here starting to show it a little bit more, So possibly could we look at something. So far, none of the models show anything too strong, but tail end of fronts usually are what you watch this time of year. That along with tropical waves that are still coming. We still got tropical waves coming. But we're keeping an eye on this little spot. This could bring some rains for the weekend, possibly for the southeast Florida or even the first part of next week. We're seeing that the models continue to show that. And, the rain models kind of show you more of anything what we could be looking at as far as the rains go, as if this thing tries to get a little bit of leftover action. So, nothing to worry about. Just keep your eyes on the leftover front. Here's what it kind of looks like on the big picture. Really cool to see. This is a water vapor map. So as we get in tomorrow, there we go. There's our big front. There's our big low pressure spinning down. This is going to be bringing in all that cold Arctic air. Coldest of the season. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we can still see some storms in southern Texas. Some of this energy can still get into the lower part of Florida tomorrow, which is Tuesday the 18th. You can see that here as our front finally gets that last push. This is Wednesday morning. Maybe some lingering rains even into Wednesday morning. But this is dry air. Brown and yellow or tan is dry air. Lots of dry, cool, cold air coming down. And that's going to linger pretty much. Here's that leftover little spin here we were showing the following weekend. We'll see that little front tries to get going. But overall, we got a pretty cool pattern here through the week. Some of the temperatures showing up here, they're going to start showing up tomorrow as far as Tuesday morning goes. We're going to start to see 40s and 50s tomorrow morning, Tuesday, along the upper Gulf Coast and Panhandle. But come Wednesday morning, man, we got 40s, 30s, and even 50s deep into Florida. Possibly low 50s around Orlando, 30s in the upper Panhandle, 20s inching into the upper Gulf, Mississippi, Alabama there. Thursday, even cooler, 32 freezing in Mobile, possibly 40s in Orlando area, 30s as far south as Gainesville and Ocala. Could still see some low 60s. Southeast Florida usually doesn't get to participate much, but we are seeing at least 60s, maybe Wednesday, Thursday for Southeast Florida. And it's going to stick around. Let's do the weekend. 50s Saturday. This is Saturday. 50s is blue, and Sunday. So it's not going away anytime quick. That's great news, right? So we got our first big cold front of the year. Could have some snow in the higher elevations north of the Smokies. And cool air helps start cooling down the waters in the Gulf, right? So more of these cold fronts we get, maybe helping in the hurricane season a little early for us. So, but that's what we got. Big cold front. Future radar here, just kind of showing you what's up for the rest of today. Today is Monday. We're going to see storms later through Texas into the Florida Peninsula and the East Coast. And then these are going to also bounce back tomorrow. Here's tomorrow morning, more South Texas rains. This is Tuesday. Some of this is going to make its way into South Florida tomorrow, Tuesday. So I-4 South, the rains are going to be hanging as our front pushes through. And we could still see some of these even in a Wednesday morning for South Florida. So South Florida going to get a little more action the next couple of days from this front as it finally pushes south. All right, well, there you go. A little weather update. We'll do another one in a couple days. Keep everybody abreast here what's going on in the YouTube land. We appreciate you subscribing on YouTube and get our numbers up there. It really means a lot. And we will see you next time. Be good.